So it can't be jetting off that way and jetting off that way and jetting off that way. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I really just don't think these cones mean crap. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. So a few weeks ago, we finally received the public records in the incident with Kiely Rodni. Now, I released the CHP call that Kiely's mom, Lindsay, made whenever she was trying to see if anything about Kiely or Kylie's Honda had been reported to CHP. If you missed that one, this is what the thumbnail looks like, and the link will be in the description box. I showed you guys this last time, but just as a refresher, there are quite a few files that were released, and we're going to be going from the bottom up, which is why I released the phone call first. Now, the next cluster of information are these photo files. We're going through this number one first. Now, these are some high resolution photos, either from helicopter or from a drone. I'm not really quite sure. I'm just guessing that because of the angle that most of these are taken from, or at least the first few that I skimmed through. I just skimmed through the first like 10 to 15 on each file just to get like a feel for what was actually in the folders, for why they were separated out the way that they were. This one obviously is of the scene prior to Kylie's Honda being pulled from the water. The red buoy right here is actually where her Honda is, and a lot of these are just sort of from above there. Now you can see the incline a little bit better, the angling a little bit better. Now you can see the shadow. I don't want to like zoom in too much on these because I don't know if it'll really like let me. But if I zoom in like a whole bunch, oh Lord, let's see. Yeah, you see a little bit of the shadowing here. It'll take like some good eyes to see it, I'm sure. But there's some shadowing there that definitely does show that there was something under the water there. For sure. I can see the shadowing here too. And see, I don't know. I guess these marks maybe are what they thought. Like, yeah, because see, there's a cone here. Let's see if we can go in closer. And this is something that SF Steve has mentioned, that he is assuming the way that they had these cones put out meant that these were like the tracks. If I can remember correctly, don't verbatim me on that. This was just conversations. We've had several conversations about this case and several other cases, but I think that's what he had mentioned before, was that the cones looked as if they thought that these were the tracks, her marks that led her, or at least led the vehicle. I'll just put it that way because of my beliefs, led the vehicle in to that area. And if you can see, like, this track right here comes from all the way this way, comes all the way over here, and then just jets quick, like a 90-degree, just bam. But there's also like a really hard right here too. And what are those weird? This is a weird cut right here, and it goes right, it's like right on top of the other one. I don't know, it's kind of strange. I don't really know. Like I said, I have my beliefs. I don't believe that Kiely was breathing whenever she entered that water. It's very possible that the vehicle went into the water and somebody else was driving and she was in the car. And that's just based off of autopsy results. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. There are medical doctors that have come out here and talked about how it doesn't add up either. So I know I only have like a forensic science degree and not anything medical or anything that really gives me really any whatever when it comes to anything that I'm talking about on here. Okay, I'm not stupid, I know that. But there's medical doctors that have come out and said the exact same thing and have the exact same questions that a lot of us out here do. Here's those cones again. What was this? I guess maybe there was a fire right here. This burn pit's interesting. The buoy. See the cone again? It's a very sharp, like, right there. That's a little wild. From this angle, you can only see the cone. You can barely even see the marking till it gets over here. But it starts like way over here. This look, okay, I know that a lot of this is from like the waves hitting it, right? I'm not dumb, I know that. But there's also like a lot of tire marks that sort of just like follow it too. The water comes all the way up here at times. Or at least that's the farthest it's like dug in. That's pretty much, that's a lot, actually. That's quite a bit. Yeah, there's that tire. Look, there it is. Dang, you can see it even better now on this angle. I guess because of the way that the light's reflecting off the water. Let me go in more. You can see it. That's wild. Wild. Now, I've mentioned this a few times. Whenever Grizzly True Crime was going over SF Investigates drone footage, we saw the car. And it's very much verified that the footage that Steve had showed Kiely's vehicle on it before AWP even got there. And for some reason, it just got overlooked. It was turned in, but it was overlooked, which is just wild. I mean, you can see that cut like a lot better. Now, my question about that is how do they freaking know that that's her tire marks? Because there's been weather, it had been a few weeks. There had been people all over this area looking for her in all kinds of different vehicles with all kinds of different tires, okay? And it stops like right here. Like those markings, I mean, it depends, I guess, on where the water was, whenever the vehicle would have actually gone into the water, when it comes to like the level right here. But how do they actually know that those are like her marks? It had been some weeks. I feel like those would have been like gone. That's just me. I don't know too much about the way that that stuff works on that kind of whatever. I just feel like, how do they know? That's just the most prominent markings. How do they know that those are hers? If that's what I'm seeing. But I mean, that's what the cones are showing me. They're showing me this line that jets this way. That's what it's showing me. Yep. It's very prominent. But then this one right here is like right on it. It's almost like it was like right on it together. Oh no, hold on a second. This is somebody that did a loop. So maybe the cones are incorrect. Okay, so this goes like this. And you see this like steep cut, right? Well, there's another steep cut right here that continues that way. So if you follow the whole thing, it just makes like a circle. Like whoever was doing this is the same person that probably did all the rest of this. So now I'm just not sure what the markings on the cones are for, because to me, now that I'm looking at it from this angle and I can see like where it would connect, that doesn't make any sense. So what the, if that's not a marking of the trail that they think that was taken, then what are the cones for? Wow, the sun is like setting a lot. I didn't realize, I guess, how much time passed before they actually pulled her out. I think it's a little bit brighter here. Maybe it was just the angle. See, look at this. Look, this is a really steep cut right here. And look, you can even see some of the markings from the tires and stuff in the water. This is a really freaking great quality. Like the fact you can see all these little lines is amazing. I'm not even in the middle. If I was live, somebody would have warned me. The detail is crazy. So there's more people starting to progressively show up. Whose finger is covering the freaking camera? Okay. Yeah, I know there's multiple groups of people. Those cones are still in the same spots. Yeah, and see, oh wow, see, and now they're like zooming in. Okay, so what the hell? Oh, I just kicked the camera. What the hell? I don't understand. I'm telling you, this is like a full-on circle right here. So if that's what they're trying to mark, I don't know why they're trying to mark it. But obviously they're trying to say something with it, or else why would part of the evidence be that zoomed in some more? But then again, here's some more cones. And they have this over here cut off. Why is our crime scene tape all the way back here, though? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just like yellow plants in the sun, because it's only this tape right here. Yeah. The thing about this that I always have to keep in mind is that this happened a few weeks after she went missing. But I'm pretty positive that like people were allowed in and out of here. And then they had all of those agencies looking for her. So yeah, I would imagine that they left tire marks and stuff like that of all of their own. I mean, look how deep some of these are. I mean, unless they think that she went this way. Which way would that be from that? That would be like over here somewhere, I think. I mean, I'm just going to stop guessing which tracks I think are hers. Hopefully there's like photos in here that actually show which ones I think might have been hers. Because so far, dang, that is like deep in there. Wow. So here they are getting ready with like a medical thing. These are so like detailed. The crazy, like you can see all of the ripples in the water. The detail is so intense. This is pretty cool, actually. Like I know that it's probably boring to y'all, but I know that most of these look identical, and they're not really teaching much of anything. And I'm just like asking a lot of questions about what I'm seeing because of the cones and what I've heard and what I'm looking at. To me, it's interesting. To me, it's interesting. Trying to see differences. It's like a progression. You can see when people show up, what people are doing, what people are thinking. Well, not really what people are thinking, not from this far away. But you can see the plan sort of like unfold as to how they were going to handle this. See, and there's more. I need to go back and look at the maps now that we have all these angles. Look at all these circles. Like, how are they supposed to tell what's what, who's who's? It's getting darker. I wonder if they're going to light back up again. It was like the first blurry one. We got all the way to photo number 59 before they got blurry. That's wild. More cones. This is where it cuts off. Look, right here. Okay. Where they have these like turns is where they seem to have these cones. Look again. Look right here. Let's see. Curve. Curve. Maybe not so much. Maybe they were just marking possibilities. Because with so many different, I mean, she couldn't have gone in there that many different ways, guys. It only happened one direction, one way. Unless they think that that really is the way that she took, and then all of a sudden she just went that way. That's what they think. Like right here. See, it follows the whole thing. Okay, go smaller. So they have cones running along the entire shoreline, coming up this way and then jetting out like bam. But that doesn't even make sense because we just saw how some of these down here also jet off that way. So it can't be jetting off that way and jetting off that way and jetting off that way. And I also showed you guys how it looks like these two over here actually connect into a circle. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I really just don't think these cones mean crap. They're just there because it shows some sort of disturbance made with tires close to the shoreline. Yeah, it's basically like where I'm at with that at this point. Yeah. See, I would have to go back. I mean, I want to go back and look at the cam and watch the lights and see if this is actually the direction that it takes, because that doesn't make sense. And I can start to see like the lighter color under the water. I just don't understand, guys. We really did see divers in the water with scuba tanks on, like floating right above where her car was found. We watched them on live coverage. It doesn't make any sense. I wonder if they looked for disturbances in the algae itself to determine trajectory, because you'd think there would be, even though, the car would have ended up floating pretty quickly after going into the water, there might still be some sort of disturbance. Well, honestly, whether the brakes were pressed or not. But then again, it had been a few weeks. Now, this tire mark right here is pretty prominent and goes straight into the water right here. And see, like, again, these, like, smaller ones. Let me go in. These smaller ones really kind of, like, curve around. But this right here is pretty thick and goes, like, straight into the water. So, I don't know. I just feel like the cones aren't really marking what I'm seeing. This is all so strange. It's just a very strange, like, line, I guess. It doesn't really make sense. Because I'm telling you, this like curves back around, like right here where it juts that way. Because see right here, it's the same thing. It's almost the exact same type of like curve too. The curve pattern. Huh. Let's go all the way back there. I don't remember the fire cam making it look as if the vehicle was like driving right on the water's edge. I probably should have like reviewed it before I looked at this. But I don't remember it making it look like that. I know that once the vehicle went into the water, it was really obvious when it started to float and then when it sunk down. At least that's what it looked like. See, there's the marks. They're pretty prominent. Such a vast looking area. Oh my. Yeah, especially like that. Even though it's really not. That's what's crazy. Like these photos make it look like it's just like vast emptiness. Hmm. Oh, I guess you can see the helicopter's shadow there. Yeah. Dang, those reflectors are like bright, like little lights. That's like what they're thinking happened here. That way. I just don't. That doesn't make sense. I mean, there's a whole like actual path right here. Where do they think that she would have veered off of this area from? I mean, it starts here, but why? You can see it a little bit. Such a crazy... That's gonna bother me. Oh, look at this. This is like the... Oh, this is cool. This is like the coordinates that the helicopter was using, like its navigator screen. That's pretty cool. Dang. Right here is where they were going. Yeah, look, and that's where the little target thing is. This is cool looking. Look how crazy, like, big. All these little areas have names. See, now we can compare this to the fire cam footage too. Okay, guys, that's it for the first file of photos. Now, like I mentioned, we're going to go through each file separately in each video. So the next one will be about 100 more photos from the scene. Hopefully, we're going to get a little bit more insight on what tracks they actually do believe belong to Kiely's Honda. Because like I mentioned, and then, hopefully there's going to be some more photos that might make it more clear. I don't know. But for right now, the cones that it looks like they have like marking certain tire tracks, they either don't look like they belong to the same vehicle. They don't make any sense for the way that her vehicle ended up in the water, in the position that it ended up in the water, like the location that it ended up in the water. And the one where it seems to be like a huge swing, it also looks like it could have completed a full circle. And that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense either. So hopefully we get a little bit more clarification as we go through these files. But that is it for now, you guys. Let me know what you think about these photos down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. And don't forget to make sure to leave your notification bell set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.